Wait a sec. It's Black Friday already? Wait, 𝐻ROCK is having a huge sale on watches? Could be up to 60% off if you use code hJune? Wow, maybe I should go check it out before I watch the video. As the name suggests, this base keeps your items safe for almost 100 hours by utilizing 3 bunkers in one base. This base is very cheap. You only have to farm a large box of resources to complete it. In fact, the craziest part about this base is that you don't need any doors attached to the base for it to be 40 rockets. If you follow the steps very carefully, even a newer player should be able to make this easily. Because you don't need any blueprints, this base can be used by any type of group and complements almost any kind of playstyle. You'll never run out of space with how many boxes you can fit here. The base is created by trying to min-max every ounce of the building mechanics in Rust. And this is my best design to date. Let's get started on the tutorial. First, the location of the base. You can't just build this base anywhere. You need a flat enough spot with a little divot where you can essentially bury a square foundation. You want to lay out the entire footprint of the design in Twig first before upgrading anything. You want to make sure 100% that you can fit the entire base in the terrain that you selected. Right here, we're using a wall stacking method that's almost gone extinct in this current meta, and that's with high armored foundation stairs. In a spot where there should only be one wall, with this technique, we can have 2 layers instead of 1. Just a reminder, this is not a base that you should start out with. That being said, however, if you want to start out this base, you only need 36 high quality to upgrade the stairs right away. Everything else you can upgrade to stone and make it metal later gradually. Like I said, we want to lay out the entire footprint, and if you can fit the entire base, we're ready to continue. After you're finished, the footprint should look like this. Moving on, this step is very important, so make sure you listen up. The order in which you place these building blocks is crucial in making this bunker work. If you do it in the wrong order, your bunker will be closed forever. With a hammer, you need to make sure this triangle floor is 6% stability. Before you put any square floors up, you have to set up the half wall first. If you don't do the half wall first, you end up with 21% stability and you won't be able to open the vault. Double check again and again that it's 6% and try the vault out yourself before you move on. The way to close this vault and how it works is to make a half wall here out of twig or wood, leave something inside to destroy it when you want to open it again. After you place these 2 triangle floors, if you break the half wall, both these floors will collapse at once. If you're lazy, you can make a twig instead of wood, but keep in mind raiders can use one single fire rocket to destroy it in one shot if you do. From here, for the sake of the video, I'm going to be upgrading everything to its final stage. However, while you're building this on your server, you might want to make it all stone at first, since you might not have the high quality metal or the metal fragments laying around. Let's work on the main loot room. You want to place the cupboard in the very corner of the room and put the sleeping bag right next to it. Make sure you can fit a half wall after you place the bag. You don't absolutely need this, but if you have a shelf, you can fit 2 more large boxes in this room. You can always put 2 large boxes for now on the bottom without the shelf and replace it later and put 4 boxes when you find one. Again, not necessary, but you can also fit a drop box right here. So if you find one, you'll have more storage in the vault. Alright, now that that's done, let's work on getting the space secure and finish the common area. You want to start putting walls all around, but instead of a full wall, in this spot, you put a half wall instead. This is because we need to add a roof honeycomb to the vault. And if we put a full wall here, someone can just destroy it with tools and get an easier way in. Put the way up top over here and cover the rest with floors. On this floor, we add another layer of walls all around as well. The way out has to be in a specific direction for our third vault to work. When you climb up, you should put the doorways facing straight out this way. On this floor, we have our unlootable loot rooms with a twist you probably haven't seen before. Sulfur can be cooked safely in this cozy room as well. Once that's done, let me show you the third vault of this base. Go to the common area and put some wall frames in case you get garage doors later. This floor is the place we set up our 4 mini vaults. You can actually use this method still while the garage doors are attached, so it's extra OP. You make a twig floor and you can start adding roofs on top and upgrade to metal. When raiders are online raiding your base or when you log off, you want to place these so your doorways are impossible to pass through without destroying it. This is what it looks like from the top. As you can see, because of this trick, we can theoretically have a 40 rocket base without having any doors attached to the base. The locked chests in the unlootable loot rooms up top drop the item back too far when destroyed in the room. The raiders cannot loot it unless they get tool cupboard access. On top of that, with a roof trick, you can actually completely seal off 2 large boxes from even being seen and cover your sulfur room as well. You probably want to put your first tier 2 workbench up here since you want a tier 3 underneath in the safer area. This next part is pretty straightforward. You can just create your own design in the common area or follow how I place my boxes here. The tier 3, however, needs to be on top of this high-qual floor so that you have space to put the roof bunkers next to it. Underneath the roofs, you want to place boxes since if you put bags, you cannot place floors above them. Now, let's worry about the honeycomb. Of course, when you build this, you want to prioritize what you need at your current situation. If you're being targeted by somebody, prioritize the honeycomb. If you're already ahead and want to get first heli and a fresh wipe or something, make the window room first. Every situation is different and you need to decide what's more important to make first. You want to add 1 extra honeycomb all the way around. Now, add a 3rd layer in these parts to protect the weak spot of the base. Once you're done that, the base is already 40 rockets and you can stop right here. At this point, the base should cost around 25,000 metal, 150 high qual give or take, and you can fit almost 100 hours of upkeep. Here's when you decide if you want to keep expanding the space to have a window floor, bedrooms, and extra safety measures. Keep in mind, if you do add these things, the completed base will only have 46 hours of upkeep. If you're a guy that doesn't have a lot of time for upkeep or you don't want to farm any more metal, then you probably want to make secondary bases instead and a separate tower outside for heli. If you want to continue adding on, however, you can follow my bedroom and window floor design. I space out the bedrooms so that the raiders can't splash 2 doors at once. If you want to compete for the helicopter and have a better chance at defending an online raid, you probably should finish the completed version of this base. For the window floor, there are two options you can choose from. If you want better vision and angles so that you can shoot people right below your base, you add triangles with gaps like I did. If not, if you don't care, just add a square floor with no gap. It's kind of hard nowadays to make it so the gap is small enough where a person can't just ladder in and breach your window floor. If you make the window floor like how I did it though, the gap should be small enough alongside the doors so no one can get in unless they blow it. There's 4 angled peek down spots, but one of them might be glitched, so you have to improvise. This is how I got around it. Well, that's pretty much it, guys. After this video goes live, I officially retire from raiding in Rust. In all seriousness though, this base design is on YouTube, so a lot of people will know the layout. However, my base is designed so even if you know what it is, you still have to use 40 rockets to raid it no matter what. So rest assured, if you just use a little bit of creativity, you can use my concept and make the space your own. That could potentially make it even stronger, sneakier, and maybe even better than mine. You can put traps, turrets, even external cupboards that will take over TC access if they break the main. Who knows? If you guys have any questions, feel free to leave them down in the comments below. The fortify for this base design will be in the description. In conclusion, if I see you with my base design on any server, and I come knocking on your door, you better open up. Cause if not, I swear my mom I'm going